let me get into it because I didn't want this to be long at all. So today I wanted to talk about self-sabotage and the fact that we tend to self-sabotage um, and don't even know it sometimes. I know I've done it in the past where I'm kind of like, why am I setting myself up? It could be something simple like day-to-day things like, um, maybe you have a busy day tomorrow, but you're tired today, so some things that you wanted to get accomplished today, you're like, I'll just do it tomorrow. I'll find some time, I'll fit it in my schedule, and then you don't. And then you end up stressing out that next day. You kind of like, it's like you're not being kind to yourself. So self-sabotage to me is not being kind to yourself. And I saw a quote that was a pretty good representation of what self-sabotage is. It says, self-sabotage isn't a character flaw. It's a defense mechanism that once protected us, but now it holds us back. So, yeah, so we have to think about like, what are we defending ourselves from? Is it from we think we're going to overwhelm ourselves right now? Are we going to miss out on something we're thinking? Or do we feel like maybe we did something last time, it didn't work this time? So let's get into like why we even self-sabotage. The first thing is the fear of failure. If you have fear of failure, fear of being successful, um, really think about like, why is that? Are you afraid that other people may hate on you for that? Are you afraid people might think you're better than them? Are you afraid that if you are successful, you won't be able to handle it? Are you afraid of the stress that comes along with it? Are you afraid that you'll have it and you'll lose it and you just don't want that feeling? Like, what is the motivation behind your fear of success? And do you feel like it's just too much work? It'll be too hard? Like, what does that look like for you? And really try to analyze this. Um, a second reason would be you're just comfortable. You're comfortable with how you do things now. You know that if you did it different, it could be better. You may feel better. You may have a better life. You may go a whole new direction. It may work out for you, but you're just not sure. Or it may actually be challenging to a point where you're not able to make it past a certain point, or it could be too much money, or it could be a burden on you, or it could weigh heavy on you, or it could be hurting someone else. Like, that discomfort is what's keeping you stagnant and sabotaging your growth, sabotaging your application of aligning with your goals. So you just have to think about like, what is the reason that I want to stay comfortable? Because you really can't grow in comfort. You got to learn from something. Unfortunately, sometimes it can be something that's maybe unpleasant or negative, or maybe a trial or tribulation or something that you have to go through in order for you to feel better about what's going on. The next one is having a low self-worth. So if you have always kind of felt like, I don't deserve that, or why would anybody want to follow me, or why would anyone listen to me, or I have to prove myself, or people just don't think that I'm important or what I say is important. If you have experienced low self-worth because of outsiders, or because you just internally have that messaging of like the limiting beliefs and just kind of downing yourself, you have not felt any gratification with the things that you've done, you're kind of always struggling, you feel like you're having a hard time, you're going to have that low self-worth, and it's going to keep you at a point where you're stagnant and you're self-sabotaging yourself. It's kind of like that deep down feeling that I really don't believe that I deserve what I deserve. And you can get stuck there. I mean, I know I've experienced that in the past, maybe feeling like, oh, that person's smarter than me, or that person, oh, they have a better presentation than me, or that person may have more opportunities than me, or maybe they're more outgoing than me. And when you get into that pattern, it can just make you go down this rabbit hole of, I'm just not worthy. So what you have to do, we have to pep ourselves up. We have to like pick ourselves up by slowly just any kind of thing that you have been able to accomplish, anything that you can be like, you know what, I did that well, I executed that well, I have some good ideas, oh, I'm looking good today, I feel beautiful, oh, I love my smile, I'm going to smile more. I feel good about what I've done. I feel good about the direction I'm going. Like finding those small wins and really focusing on that can help you build your self-worth. But you have to start with you. You can't expect for other people to do it. Even like your loved ones or your spouse or your kids or your parents or siblings or any family members or your friends. Like they can be your cheerleaders as well, but you be your first cheerleader and be your number one cheerleader. I can build myself up, and that's how I kind of maintain my self-worth in the things that I'm doing. And lastly, the reason why people self-sabotage, or you might be self-sabotaging, is you have a sense of perfectionism. It's like, nope, if this doesn't look a certain way or it doesn't meet a certain standard, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to move forward. I'm not going to attempt to try. I'm not going to put it out there. I'm not going to make any moves. I'm not making decisions because it's just not perfect. It's not where I want it to be, which who set this standard for you? Who set this up here? Usually we do it for to ourselves, right? We're self-sabotaging, and we're doing that because maybe we're trying to reach someone else's level, or maybe we're trying to obtain something that we saw somewhere else, or maybe we just, everything in our brain that we feel like I want to do, I want to have, we just want to do it all at once. Those things are self-sabotaging you. You have to crawl before you walk, and walk before you run, and etc. So you just need to make sure that what you're doing is what you want to do, and it's in the direction and moving you in the direction that aligns with your purpose, with your goals, with what makes you feel fulfilled, what makes you feel good about yourself, what makes you better. A lot of times I've looked back at things that I've done before, and I've been like, oh, I had a good idea, but I didn't execute that correctly. It's okay. It's out there, and I can always have the chance and opportunity to be better, to do something else. So I try to make sure that I'm always trying to move forward, encouraging myself, just do better than I did last time. Your only competition is you. So the perfectionism, we have to cut that out. We just have to move forward because it's leaving you stagnant. You're not moving. You're self-sabotaging. You're not going forward. And I can try again. I can always do better. So that's why self-sabotaging, by being like, I wrote a book, I'm not gonna publish it, I'm going to keep it to myself, I'm not ever going to put it out there. You've already kind of set yourself up for that failure that you're afraid to experience, or even, you know, blocking yourself from the success that you could possibly have from putting yourself out there. So if you want to do that, you want to apply for that job, you want to save up for whatever it is, you want to write that book, you want to create that program, you want to build that business, do it. Do it. Start today. What are your baby steps? What are your goals? What little things can you do to reach those goals? And yeah, that's what you have to do. You just have to get going. How to get out of the habit of self-sabotaging. First, you just have to just do it, because like I said, you won't never know if you don't ever try. So you have to get out there. Um, and name why you're doing it. So you can't change what you don't acknowledge. You have to have that self-awareness. Why am I doing this? Is it because of a message that someone gave me? Is it the message that I'm getting from people's response to things I've done in the past or said in the past? Is it because I haven't experienced success before, the reason why I'm not doing it? Do I feel like self-sabotaging is more supportive of me than putting myself out there and seeing the result, whatever it may be? So that will have to be something that you have to kind of process and dig deeper within yourself to figure out what that is. And so a good prompt, if you have your journal, if you take this to your journal in the future, is to ask yourself, what is one way that I've gotten in my own way recently? And just analyze that, like, how have I gotten in my own way? And that may give you the answer you need to know like what your pattern is. Number two, practice gentle curiosity. So no judgment. Don't judge yourself. Don't make yourself feel bad, guilty, shameful. We're not doing that. What we're doing is we're acknowledging. So we have the awareness is number one. Number two, we're acknowledging, okay, this is what's going on and this is how it's affecting me. So just think about, what is it? And then why is it that way? And what is the result of you not pursuing that? And this will help to reduce any kind of guilt or shame or um, invitation to negative judgment, and it will actually help you to cultivate compassion and be like, wow, like I really do need to go ahead and do what I want to do so that I can get out of this rut. Next, we're going to create micro habits so that you can learn to build self-trust. You can't do that if you're just staying stagnant. So you have to be able to keep promises that you make to yourself. If you said you're going to accomplish something or make a phone call or make an appointment for something, set that appointment, set that deadline, set that boundary, and then actually follow through with it. And that's how you build self-trust. It's just little small things that you do that can actually help you to gain and build that trust. And then celebrate the win. Like, yes, I did it. Yes, I met that deadline. Yes, I made that promise to myself and I did it and I followed through. That's how you build your self-trust. And then actually disrupt your pattern. So that's the next thing. Interrupt your pattern. Once you see and acknowledge and you're made aware of the pattern, you acknowledge what's happening, and that maybe the result of you self-sabotaging, and then you're looking at just, how can I build my self-trust back again? Now you're looking at, when I start to do those patterns again, and I recognize and see myself doing that, I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop myself, and I'm going to do either the opposite, or you're going to reframe your thought, or you're going to really talk yourself in a self-talk manner and just say, you know what, girl, you can get past this. This is nothing. You can get past this, or you got through this before. Keep going. You just kind of motivate yourself. So you might have to take a deep breath. You might have to take a break. You might have to take a little walk and come back to something. You might have to have a chit chat with a confidant or a friend or someone you trust, and then get back to what you think you're going to do or what you're planning on doing. Really support yourself and be gentle with yourself. That's bringing the compassion. It's okay if you start to make a mistake. You have the next moment to repair, to reframe, to regain your momentum and get back in there. And lastly, develop an empowering replacement habit. So you want to replace the negative habit with a positive habit. You want to replace the self-sabotaging habits with the habits that help you to move forward, to help you align with what you want to do, to help you meet and set goals, and also to build that trust with yourself. So what does that look like? Get out your journal, figure that out. What does that look like? Process that with someone. Replace procrastination with using like a 5-minute timer. I love timers. I use timers for everything. I use timers for like when I'm reading, because I want to read more this year. So what I've been doing is I put on like 15-minute timers here and there, and for 15 minutes I'm just focused on that book. Even if I have to reread a page over and over, at least 15 minutes I spent devoted to my desire to read more. So you have to do that to build that self-trust. You have to do that to build momentum. You have to do that to move forward. You have to do that to really just build a new habit. And you can't create new habits unless you acknowledge them and are made aware of them first. So again, we're just constantly going through that in order to move past self-sabotage. You can drop in the comments what you think about my tips and what you think about the reasons why. Maybe you might have something that resonates with you in this talk that I've had. And if you have any questions or you have any kind of needs and ways that you think that I can support you on, hit me up, DM me Lotus, and I will be contacting you and we can work together. As always, be resilient like the lotus. Peace.